What's going on, guys? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad Smith, where we talk about everything related to OTC stocks. Now, if you're not familiar with OTC stocks, these are stocks that are not traded regularly on the New York Stock Exchange, but they are traded over the counter. So if you're visiting me for the first time, welcome. As always, when I do any of my live streams, I always leave questions to be answered on the chat on the side here, or on the side here. And so, please feel free to ask away about questions about tonight's topic or just OTCs in general. I'll be happy to answer those for you at the end of the video. So, tonight's topic, it's about keeping your emotions in check and leaving them at the trading door, right? So, we had some crazy stuff going on today with BMXC. That was a stock that we traded today. Turned out that, what we thought was a PR that was released on a potential buyout was like a $5.5 million buyout, and then came out that a lot of people misinterpreted that PR, or that it might have even have been a fake PR or something like that. And it does happen down here, and then it started to really tank really fast. And so I fortunately was able to skate out with just very small profit. Some people weren't so lucky, unfortunately, but that's the thing. And the other example of today where everybody's emotions were kind of going a little haywire was with CMGO. CMGO has their court date tomorrow. There's a lot of us that are in it, myself included. But guys, what you have to understand is I got into the stock at 0019. Okay, I haven't kept that a secret to you guys. And all the shares that I have in that stock in particular are all free shares. None of that is my initial investment, and I had people coming to me and telling me that they got into it when it was nearly 2 cents, and I tried to I don't know how else to convey to you guys, especially for those of you just starting out, that the idea is to always buy low and sell high, not buy high and sell low. And so I know that some of that's just not going to get through to some people, and I started to get a little short with people during the trading day because questions were starting to be asked that had already been answered. Questions that were being asked were ones that were just commonsensical. Like, if you're not comfortable buying into a stock, don't ask somebody else if you should buy into it. If you don't feel comfortable buying into that stock, you should not be buying it, and you should also be rethinking your strategy. You should also be rethinking whether or not you should go back to paper trading. And if you have never traded a day in your life and you all of a sudden want to start trading over-the-counter stocks, stop what you're doing and trade with fake money. Use Thinkorswim. There's plenty, or there's plenty of other platforms out there that will help you trade with a paper trading account using fake money, so that there's no risk, and so you can use that to trade over-the-counter stocks, or any other stocks for that matter. Any form of investing, you should not be investing your own money and using your own monetary risk right off the bat. And that's just my opinion. Now, there is a point where the training wheels have to come off. So think about that. When you first started riding a bike and you're riding around with them training wheels, everything started feeling awesome, and you're like, oh, hey, I can ride a bike, this is great. And then the training wheels came off and you're like, oh God, what do I do? And then you probably fell several times before you finally got the hang of it. And so that's still going to happen. Once you come off of paper trading and you're using real money, that anxiety, that same type of anxiety is going to be there. And you might fall on your face once or twice before you finally get it and you're riding and you're coasting like you should be. But having that paper trading, getting yourself familiar with how to trade and how stocks work, and I always use this as a opportunity for you to save more money, to save up to start investing as you're paper trading, because some people come to me and they don't have a whole lot of money to trade with just yet. So I always tell them, start saving a little bit more, and while you're doing that, continue to paper trade. So that's one way to keep your emotions in the check, because if you just start using your own money right off the bat and you're not and you're completely green, never traded in your entire life, you're going to be terrified because you have no idea what you're doing. You have this money that you worked really hard for, that you're risking, and you don't even know why you're risking it, because you haven't learned what you need to learn yet. And I think that's what paper trading does for you. It allows you to give you those training wheels. And even though it's still going to be an anxious move going from paper trading to using real money and risking your own assets, it's not going to sting as much, and it's not going to hurt as much. When it comes to handling your emotions, you have to, and this is all comes down to your own discipline. Nobody's going to be able to do this for you. I can't make you not freak out. I can't make you not have a high level anxiety. That's going to be your own mentality. You have to grab a hold of yourself and be like, listen, I made a plan. I'm sticking to this plan, and that's all there is to it. That's what I did. A lot of people were coming to me about CMGO today because it hadn't really moved, and tomorrow's the court date. You have to understand something. I've been doing this for quite a while now, and when it comes to court dates, things get real quiet. People will think that maybe this court case doesn't go in the favor of CMGO, and maybe it doesn't. And so that they chose to get out today. It usually happens right before a court date like this. And we might see some more of that tomorrow morning. You just never know. People might also buy into this, thinking that CMGO is going to come out of this with a win, and that will cause the price of the stock typically to go up. So for me, though, like I've always said, when you're buying into a stock, the first thing you should be looking to do is protecting your initial investment. Protecting your initial investment. And then once you protect that initial investment, everything that's in there is completely and purely 100% profit, money in your pocket. And that is what I did. That's what the whole strategy, the whole story or journey through this whole buying and selling process through CMGO. I've been in this now for 3 or 4 weeks, and I've told you every step of the way what my thought process has been. I got in at 0019. I protected my initial investment. I have 300,000 shares left in CMGO, and all of that is 100% free shares. It's all profit. Whatever I sell it at right now, it's all going to be profit, money in my pocket. So I'm not worried. That's the other thing that relieves the stress of worrying about whether you should get in or get out or whatever, because I'm good. And for those of you who have followed this same type of strategy, you should also be feeling good about it. If it doesn't go your way, then it doesn't go your way, and maybe you could have missed out on maximizing your profits, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. If you decide that you're want to sell and you want to lock in those profits, by all means lock in those profits. I'm choosing not to because I really want to see what the result is of this court case. I'm really curious, and I think it's worth it to me. I've already locked in enough of my position to where I'm happy, and that's what it all comes down to. Being happy with your decision and your plan, and setting that plan and not deviating it away from that plan because somebody else told you to. You know what you're doing. Once you get to a certain point, especially for those of you who've been following me for a while, been in my chat room for a while, you know what you're doing. Don't listen to somebody else's opinion. Don't follow what they're doing. Follow what follow what the plan that you've made for yourself. And that plan that you've made is a plan that a lot of us have already started to make and are making. Protecting that investment and just moving on. Like CMGO is, of course, completely on my radar, 100%. But I've diversified my portfolio so much to the point to where CMGO, once I protected my initial investment, I just let it sit there, and I was worrying about all my other positions that I was in. And that's just how it goes. And, again, that's the importance of diversity, of course, right? I think I have 10 positions at this point right now that I'm in. And I'm worried about all those other ones. CMGO, I'm good because I know that all that's in there is just profit. And so I'm just going to sell it. If it doesn't go CMGO's way tomorrow, then, I'll probably end up selling at some point. If it does, then I'm going to look at, okay, what are the next steps? Do I start to sell this in chunks as it runs? Or do I wait and see if there's another catalyst that comes? Whatever. I've gone over this stuff. countless times now. So if you're new to my channel, I do apologize. I'm not yelling at anybody. I'm just trying to get you to understand that don't deviate from your plan because somebody else is telling you to. And don't ask somebody else what you should do, because that is not how you learn. That is how you hinder your growth. That is how you slow the process down of being able to do this yourself, because that's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is for you to be able to make decisions on your own and be able to do this thing that this chaos, handle this chaos that we all handle, that many of us have been able to do on our own. And so, you know, that's really the point that I wanted to get across. That's how you handle your emotions throughout this whole thing, throughout this process of growing and becoming a trader. And you know, the other thing is you don't want to buy into a stock thinking that this is going to be the one that gets you to millionaire status. That's not how this works. Okay, you don't buy into a stock with this mentality that I'm going to make $100,000 on this position, no problem. I'm going to buy into this and it's going to go to the moon because I think it is, and that's it. No, this is not a get rich overnight thing. Every once in a while it happens, but you might as well just be playing the lottery at that point. So, I'm not telling you that the strategy that I have is the only way to do this, but I'm telling you it works and it's proven, and I'm living proof of that. And there's plenty of other people within our group that is also living proof of that. I don't know how many people came up to me even today throughout the craziness that was going on, that was just like, hey, I protected my initial investment, now I'm riding free shares and I'm feeling great. Because they handled their emotions. They are now feeling great because they don't have anything to worry about. So that's my spiel, that's my 2 cents, and I had a little bit of diarrhea of the mouth, if you will, but like, and I do apologize. I know that, you know, maybe I got a little bit short today or whatever, but I'm human too. You know, sometimes I just get a little, I don't know, tired. I'm just tired sometimes about repeating the same things over and over and over again. So, and there's other people that you can ask within the group too. Like, we have plenty of other good admins within our group. There's even people who aren't admins who've just been followers of our chat group, of just the chaos, and you know, and it's going to translate into We Trade as well. Just everybody within our group is so eager to help someone else, and it's really great. The culture that I've built has just been awesome. The people who follow me, most of them have the same drive and mentality that I do, that we're just here to help one another, and we all want to win together. Nobody's out to screw over somebody else, and I think that's just great. That's the other great part about the culture that we've built. You know, you get into some of these chat groups and it's all toxic, and they'll just kick you out because you disagreed with whatever the heck they said, and it's ridiculous. Some of the stuff that I've seen is unbelievable, but I really feel blessed, and I really feel some sort of sense of accomplishment with the culture that I've built here within Own the Chaos and We Trade HQ, and just the atmosphere that we've built. So if you aren't a part of that and you really want to be a part of that, there's links in the description. We are on Discord. We are We Trade HQ. Even though this is Own the Chaos, you know, we've built a We Trade HQ platform that welcomes all different types of investors, and we are getting ready to have a website that's going live here very soon, and it's going to be the same type of culture no matter what type of trading you do, whether it's over-the-counter stocks, whether it's Forex, Bitcoin, or cryptocurrency, any of that. It's all going to be on there, and it's all going to be free for you to use. And that's what my vision has been throughout my entire journey through all this, is to be able to have a place where everybody can just come together and as one collective group and help each other grow and build, and just make positive changes in each other's lives. So I know I went on a big rant there, so just looking at some of the questions here, I know there's probably a lot of feedback, and that's fine if you're mad at whatever I said, that's like, I get it. That's whatever. If you agree, that's cool too. Or if you have any other suggestions, I'm certainly up for that. So just looking through here, Muiz, hey, what's going on? I'm literally about to watch all of your videos from start to finish. There's a lot of people doing that. I think Alan, if you're watching, you started a movement, man. One of my followers actually started watching my videos from 1 to now, which I think this is 104 at this point, or 105, and it's been pretty crazy to see that now you've started this movement where everybody's doing it. And I don't know whether to apologize for what you're about to watch, especially with the first half of those 100 videos, or maybe first 25 of those 100 videos, because there's quite a learning curve. It's definitely interesting to see how far I've come, that's for sure. So good luck to you on that journey. Glad to be here. Been part of Discord for a week now, just getting more active in it. So King Atreyu was saying that, so thanks, appreciate it. Nad, what's going on? What happened to your smile, man? It's right here, buddy. It's right here. We all have rough days, though. You know, it is what it is. Say it again for the people in the back. Gonna copy and paste this video for days to come. That's good. Good to hear. Glad to hear that you guys are, understanding where I'm coming from, and that I'm not coming down on you or anything like that. It's just, it's something that you just have to get a hold of yourself sometimes. Everybody kind of needs a bonk on the head or whatever, and I'm not excluding myself from that as either. So somebody, this is a good question. Cami asks, what % gain do you usually cover profits and continue on with free shares? So I personally look for stocks that I see potential in that will double my position. So like a 100% gain is what I'm looking for, and then I will get out of my initial investment, or sell half of my position is usually what happens. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to set those parameters. If you're looking to, let's say you want a 20% gain or a 50% gain, and then you want to protect your initial investment, especially if you're first starting out, because maybe you're a little uneasy about really waiting for that double or that 100% gain, that's perfectly fine. That's just what I've built my risk tolerance to. So it's all in a matter of what your risk tolerance is. If you are comfortable with waiting for a stock to maybe double on your position, then that's completely fine. If you are looking to maybe only get a 50% gain and then sell your initial position and ride out that's fine as well. I'm not here to tell you that there's one right way to do it. You just have to find out what your risk tolerance is and cater your plan to that. So and whatever that is, some people have more than 100%. They'd rather let it go a little bit because their risk tolerance is a little bit broader than even mine is. So it's all depends on what your comfort level is and what you're willing to sell at. It's really what it comes down to. I don't like to just tell somebody what to do when it comes to that, because I don't want to feel like they're boxed in to this one specific type of parameter when you just have to find out what works for you. Hope that makes sense. You built a family in the OTCs. Yeah, I certainly feel like a family. Sometimes we bicker like a family, and sometimes we party like a family too. It's pretty awesome, actually. I love it. I don't shy away from anybody who disagrees with my point of view, and I certainly am open to hearing about anybody else's opinion that differs from mine, because you're always out to learn different things, right? So definitely like the atmosphere and the family like a culture that we've built. I really love it. So somebody said, well said. Trying to watch them all, but they make me sleepy. Yeah, what's up? The stock market isn't always the most interesting thing in the world, so I try to make it interesting, and but there's just some certain topics or whatever that just are not interesting. You just have to push yourself through it. So I've seen some of the old vids. You poor soul. Sorry about that. I've been trading stocks and ETFs. How are they different OTCs with less volume? Are they more manipulated? They can be more manipulated. So it's VTEX was asking. It looks like they've been trading, bigger board stocks and stuff like that. So they're asking what the difference is between OTCs. So OTCs typically have less volume than your bigger board stocks. Yes, there's going to be less trades throughout the trading day on an over-the-counter stock typically. It's just they can be more manipulated. Just that you just have to know what you're looking for, and a lot of us within our group do know what we're looking for when it comes to that. So check us out. Hang out within the group and kind of just kind of get a feel for how we're looking at these particular stocks throughout the trading day. In the future, are you thinking to break down stock callouts? I feel like I do that already. Maybe I'm missing something, but every stock that I call out, I always have a video on it. I break it down on how I saw value on it. So I don't know what else you're looking for. Maybe you can help me out with that. What time frames are most important in the OTC world? Anytime. Obviously, just like with the regular stock market, New York Stock Exchange, the open and the close are usually the most important, most busy times. But there's plenty of instances where news gets released in the middle of the day. It just depends, and that could cause a stock to run. But typically it's much of the same that you would find in New York Stock Exchange. It would be the opening and the last hour of the day are usually the busiest times. Do you have a video on volume? Every time I make entry between middle and top VWAP, stock goes down. So I don't use VWAP. I actually use Bollinger Bands. I do have videos on that pertain to volume as well. Check them out. Just reading some more. I thought OTC was get in, get out, but are you long in it? Yeah, so John was asking. So OTC is not just get in, get out. For me anyway, and everybody has their own trading styles. We have people that day trade this stuff as well, but for me, I find more value and more potential for profit by swing trading these, and sometimes I will stay in for weeks at a time. I know people that stay in months at a time, and all depends again on your patience level, your risk tolerance, and all that stuff. But when I get into a stock, I'm usually looking for something that's at the absolute bottom and waiting for future catalysts to cause that stock to rise over an extended period of time, not just one day. Okay, do you ever consider holding positions for over a couple months? Yeah, it just depends. Time frame on your lessons. I get this every day. I've told you that we're within a few weeks now. So to reiterate, if you're following me for the first time, I'm in the midst of building a course. Everything's been recorded right now. We're just producing it all, making sure that everything sounds right, makes sense, and we're still looking to be on schedule for that early to mid-June time frame. So I will update you on an actual live date for not only my course, but the WeTrade HQ website as soon as I have an actual date. We actually don't have an actual date. We were just talking about that today on coming up with a date to give you guys, but we are want to make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row and everything's there and ready and prepared for you guys, and we are still on schedule. It just we want to come down with an actual date for you, and cannot wait for that to happen. So if you are following me for the first time, there's links in the description. Please check out WeTradeHQ.com, and you can register your email with us, and you'll get notified of newsletters. We're actually getting ready to come out with a newsletter and I think it's being written right now. It should come out tomorrow on updates on what we've been working on for you, so you guys aren't left completely in the dark. And then you also get notified the day that we go live via email. So go ahead and register there. We have almost 1,000. I did not expect to see 1,000 people that were registered before we went live, but it's been pretty awesome to see, and looking forward to that as well. So let's get to that goal. Let's get to 1,000. If you guys can sign up, WeTradeHQ.com, enter your email, get us over 1,000. That would be awesome. That would be really amazing. It's something that neither one of us have ever me, when I say one of us, I mean my partner Jake as well. Imagine that was going to happen before we went live. So we're super pumped for that. So I know you guys are too, and we can't wait to get it out for you. Okay. All right, guys. So looks like all the questions have dried up for the night, and I have gone on enough of a rant today. I hope that you got something out of today's video on how to handle your emotions and how to, even just minimize risk a little bit, and how to, harness that fear and anxiety and make sure that you're prepared for trading, especially if you're just starting out and never traded before. If you've never traded before, make sure that you start off with paper trading so that you're not risking anything and that you still get a chance to learn. And then if you are trading with your with real money and you took those training wheels off, make sure that you make a plan and you stick to that plan. You don't listen to anybody else's opinion, and you protect your initial investment when you according to your plan. Those things will help you handle your emotions, and keep those in check, and help you become a better trader. So with that, guys, again, please check out the links in the description. I have a bunch of them. You can check me out on social media. I am at Own the Chaos on Instagram and Twitter as well. Check out We Trade HQ on Facebook. We have a Facebook page where like-minded individuals can get there and share all their winnings, or maybe share some anxieties that they have. And just another way to network with people. And of course, check us out on Discord. Link is there as well, where we all just chat every day, all day, 24/7. Your guys are always on there, and I love it. And I love you guys. And so, as always, I will see you all before the bell, and B Smith is out. See you tomorrow, guys.